Welcome to KP's Kingdom, Cook with KP. Today, Thai fish cakes, my favourite Thai snack. Right, the first thing we need to do, we need to make our dipping sauce. So I get a nice bowl like this, and I'm going to trim the end off one cucumber. And what we want are really thin slices of cucumber. And I've got this really cool little slicer. It slices it lengthways and then underneath. So we end up with these beautiful thin battens of the cucumber. So what we want to do is slice through the cucumber. If you don't have one of these great little gadgets, just cut it fine by hand with a knife. Right, we don't want the cucumber to be too big or too long. I've got around about 3 tablespoons. I'm making this up in bulk. It does last for about 10 days. We get a chili. I'm using a long chili here. I would normally use small Thai chilies, but the people I was cooking for in this particular day don't like things too spicy. So I've actually dumbed this down a little bit. I have made it not as hot as I would personally prefer it. I am leaving the seeds in though, just to give it a little bit of extra buzz. So we want to cut our chili up nice and fine like that. Don't have to be too particular about it. And we're going to put that into the bowl. We're going to cover that with very, very hot water. Just boiled and let it cool down for a little bit. And that's going to soften up the cucumber and the chili and extract the oils out of those ingredients. The next thing I have is around about a tablespoon of fine sugar, caster sugar as we would normally call it. We're going to stir that through until the sugar is dissolved and put it in the fridge, and now we're ready for our fish. Here I've got a piece of blue grenadier, also known as hockey, New Zealand hockey. It's a nice firm flesh fish. You could also use something like an ocean perch, but every country calls their fish a different name. We're going to cut from the flesh side towards the skin at around about a 45 degree, 50 degree angle towards the skin. We're going to get our knife along the skin. We're going to grab the tail of the fillet with some paper towel. That's going to help us grip the skin. And we're simply going to rock the skin backwards and forwards, just like that, and move our knife towards the head of the fish. I'm going to save you that process in graphic detail, but you just move it along like that, and before you know it, the skin will come off. You'll feel it. If you're not comfortable in doing this, ask your fishmonger to remove the skin for you. Okay, there we go. I've got my fillet, skinless now. And I'm just going to cut this up into some manageable sized pieces and put it into my 15-year-old food processor. You'd think after 15 years I would have taken the sticker off the bowl. Look, I'm funny that way. I've still got a DVD player that is 25 years old and has a sticker on the front of it. So we're just going to cut it up into manageable pieces and put it into our food processor. If you haven't had Thai fish cakes before, you don't know what you're missing. Alright, we are now going to put in 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. That was a 500 gram or a 1 pound fillet of fish. We're going to put in a little bit of white pepper, just a sprinkle. There I have 1 egg. Normally you would just use an egg white. Hey, I'm lazy, I'll admit it. The yolk actually makes the fish cakes creamier. Alright, we have some of our garlic and a little bit of ginger as well. around about half a clove of garlic and about a 1/2 inch piece of ginger. Give it a quick blitz, and here I am putting in some kaffir lime leaves. We want about 4 kaffir lime leaves cut up all nice and fine, just like that. I actually buy the preserved ones in a jar, very hard to find in my area where I live. And we're putting in about 3/4 of a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of red curry paste. It's a pre-prepared curry paste you buy in a jar, nothing wrong with it. Now we're going to mince that up into a nice fine paste. So let the machine do its job, and you should end up with a mixture that looks something like that. Alright, I'm going to give our bench a quick clean, and now we're ready to start making our fish cakes. I'm using a cookie cutter for 2 reasons. It's going to keep the size of the cakes even. I'm only going to fill the cookie cutter from really the top end down. I've turned this cookie cutter upside down, and I'm just going to fill it up to that 1 inch mark, and that's going to give me a rough idea so I can keep the cakes all the same size. So make up a couple and put them onto some baking paper, just like I'm doing here. And try to have a little dish of water next to you. I'm using gloves because I cut myself the night before, and you don't want cross contamination. Alright, these gloves are wet. I'm just going to roll these into a little bit of a ball, just like this, and you give them a little squeeze to flatten them out slightly. I'll do it once more. We're going to roll it into a ball, give them a nice little tap to flatten them out. So we want those to be around about 1 centimetre thick, no more. For you in the US, that's just under 1/2 inch, or 3/8 of an inch is 1 centimetre. And if you don't think you've got quite enough of the paste mixture, just add a little bit more. Don't go overboard. We want to keep these all the same size so they cook at the same time. Alright, I'm going to save you all the drama of me making all these fish cakes. You can make these in advance, cover them with a little bit of cling film, put them in the fridge, and when you're ready to cook, take them out. There's my fish cakes on the right hand side. I'm using a deep fryer. You can shallow fry these in a normal fry pan or in a wok if you so wish. But whenever you're frying something, do not overcrowd the pan. That is the biggest no-no. So my deep fryer is at about 140 to 160 degrees. Anywhere between there is okay. I'm going to put 6 cakes in. I have a kitchen timer which you can't see in this video. I've set that for about 4 minutes. And we're just going to let those little guys sit in that bubbling oil. I fast forwarded this so it doesn't take as long as it really did, so you're not going to sit here for 4 minutes. And these have got to be the best entree in a Thai restaurant. If we ever go out, I always order them, even though I can make them. Once they float to the top, you know they're done. So we're going to take them out. And they can be delicate if you haven't cooked them through properly or you haven't minced them through properly. So just be on the safe side, use a pair of tongs and put it on a couple of sheets of paper towel. And continue with the rest of the fish cakes that you have sitting to the side. So once they're going to be cooked, we're going to take them out and we're going to serve them on a little platter, just so everyone can have a go. In the meantime, I've got my dipping sauce. I've put it into a small sauce bowl to put on the platter. I'm draining the oil off here. Alright, I can't wait to get into these. Oh, yum! Alright guys, thank you for watching. Try and make this at home. Hit that like button if you like this video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos. Bye!